hope this video finds you well. I want to have a quick consumer discussion on warranties these days. Now, it is not a hidden secret that Ford is having a problem getting mechanics. And it's not a hidden secret that the entire automotive industry is having a problem getting mechanics. Now, people need to start understanding, especially with Chevy and GMCs and these cars that are, you're talking Tahoes, Yukons, 6.2s are having major issues. They're extending the warranties for a long period of time. But here's the issue. What's a warranty worth if I can't get my car into the shop? And also, an extended warranty on a car is typically going to cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 on just about any used car, depending on what finance manager gave you either a good deal, bad deal, great deal on whatever you're buying. Cost per thousand on a normal car deal is about $15 to $20 per $1,000 spent. On a lease, it's $35 per $1,000 spent, generally. So understand this: if you are spending $3,000 to $5,000 on a warranty, and it doesn't include a loaner vehicle, especially on a domestic, and it's a situation where I can't call Ford and even schedule anything but a month out, what does that warranty mean to you? Unfortunately, what has happened, cars have not necessarily gotten more reliable. They've gotten more complex in the name of miles per gallon, in the name of safety, in the name of weight, just in general. And what the National Highway Traffic Association builds your 5-star crash test rating on is vehicles of like size and or ballast, which means it's hitting a wall or it's hitting the same car or the same ballast of the mass that it's hitting. I live in South Alabama. 50% of the cars I see on the road are trucks. So what are you going to get hit by if you have an accident? And dear Lord, I hope you don't. The reality of it is, if I'm looking for a vehicle for my family, I might want to really look at spending less on a really, really nice used car than an overpriced new one. And also, I may want to actually know that the warranty they're trying to charge me is $3,000 to $5,000. Because if I've got cash saved, especially buying a used vehicle over a new vehicle, and I've got some cash to pay for major issues, and don't get me wrong, I'm not even talking about major issues, I'm talking about regular issues, but yes, a motor can grenade itself, don't get me wrong. And watch out. Don't take my advice perfectly, but do your research. There's an argument to be made on a used car without a warranty if you hold enough cash back for life. And what do I mean by that? I'm talking about for life happening. Bad things happen, good things happen, everything happens in between. But generally speaking, when you're talking about Tahoes and Yukons having self-driving and all these major tech pieces that literally came out of S-classes years ago, guess what's happening to the reliability curve compared to that S-class? And wait a minute, I can get a used S-class for 30 to 40 grand all day with 50,000 miles that's been babied and treated like a Mercedes, sat in a garage in somebody's house for years. The value proposition is shifting. As cars are getting more expensive, you're not looking at the total. The average person isn't looking at the total situation. Now, yes, boo-boo, go get a Camry or an Accord. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Sorry, it's not me. And yes, I have a Honda shirt on, but it's more for Daniel Ricciardo than it is for car enthusiasm in general. They haven't put an F1 motor in a car, but don't get me wrong, Integra Type S and a Civic Type R are sick. I'm a fan. But the reality of it is, third row cars these days are interesting. X7s are generally going to have differential and drive shaft issues, but they're not a lot of times, especially if you get a V58, going to have a motor issue. Brakes may be a little bit more expensive, tires may be a little bit more expensive, but again, we talked about it. If you left your $3 to $5 in the bank, it's an interesting value proposition. GLS Mercedes. Now, the current gen and the directly new gen. So I believe in 2023 was the update, but 2019 to 2023, that is a nice car. And the 400 motor, which is the twin turbo 6-cylinder, is available, the 450, GLS 450. That's an interesting car to look at, especially if you're in the Tahoe market. Regular Tahoe, you don't need a Suburban. Why aren't you looking at a Mercedes? Now, the one that's a problem in this scenario would be like the Audi Q7. I don't know if I would have an Audi without a warranty. PCV valve issues. I mean, they all pretty much have the same issues, but it's a really nice car and a heck of a value proposition and very safe. Again, now we're talking about mass. Now let's go into the really bad choices. Don't get me wrong, but the bad choices. Land Rover Range Rovers, the big body, or the Sport. If you get the V8 or the supercharged V8, generally speaking, besides timing chain issues, newer than 2018, those are pretty stout cars. And from what I've heard from my independent mechanic, they're not seeing that many of the air ride suspensions in the newer ones having major issues. So that's interesting as well. Now do your own research. I would not buy any one of these cars that I'm discussing without an independent mechanic that I trust. I've got one locally. But again, we're talking about a $3,000 to $5,000 warranty on these cars. Are you going to spend $3,000 to $5,000 on some of these things? Are you? Do you even know? I've driven nice cars my entire life, and I've only really bought a few of them that were over $30,000 to $35,000. There's secrets to this that you may or may not have known. Like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear from you.